Rav David Winiarz was a dear friend. He was a dear friend on a personal level. He was a dear friend to Project Inspire. B'chaste Hashem, one of his daughters, met her chassan at a Project Inspire Shabbaton, where she and her chassan both brought unaffiliated people, and they met. And as Rav Yaakov said, Rav David stood here at the first convention and shared the Kiruv initiatives that he did. And when we heard the tragic news that Rav David, at 49 years old, in the prime of his life, with Rahman al-Islam, 10 children, in our office, we sat down and we said to each other, what do we learn from this? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to take from this? What is the Kadosh Baruch Hu saying? And we said to ourselves that Reb David was the quintessential person that represented what Project Inspire is about. He lived and he breathed Ahavas Yisrael, Simchas Achayim, reaching out to your fellow Jew however you can. And we decided to go to the family and tell them, just like we made a film about Reb David many years ago, about how he used to give out books. In his office, we said, can we do a campaign at our convention? We're going to speak about it, Motzi Shabbos, to Kanan Hara, over 1,000 people. And we're going to say, let's learn from David. Let's do what he did. Let's do what he told us to do when he stood here. And that's take a book and give it to someone who's less affiliated. And the family was delighted. And we have outside 1,200 books that we got from their family that he was not yet Zocher to give out. But we said, let's continue his memory by the people at the convention coming and taking a book on the condition that they give it out to someone who's less affiliated, and they let us know what happened. And the family was very moved. So ladies and gentlemen, you came to a convention, you learned about reaching out. Now's our time to do something. We at Project Inspire believe, and our Rebbe, Rav Noach Weinberg Zatzal, the Rosh Hashiva of Eshet Torah, used to say, that we can bring back all of Am Yisrael. And many people ask, how can that be? We know about the Pew reports. We know that 75% of Yidden are now intermarrying, Rahman al-Islam. And how can it be? I try to do Kiruv, and I don't know if I'm always getting anywhere. And I reached and I tried, so what is it really doing? I don't really know. And Rav Noach Zatzal used to give a mashal that comes from a medrash. And the mashal is that we are, as Yidden, commanded to learn the whole Torah. And a mashal is given of a person that's going to move a mountain into the sea. And he takes his axe and he starts digging. And the person says, what are you doing? He says, I'm going to move the mountain into the sea. He says, you're crazy. You'll never move the mountain into the sea. Little pebbles start falling in. You're crazy. You're never going to get there. But he realizes he's paid by every spade that he digs, every axe that he grinds. It makes a difference. And he keeps on, and a few more pebbles, and a few more pebbles, until at one point he hits a big rock. And when that rock goes in, the entire mountain follows. And the nimshal is that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a haftacha that the Jewish people will come back. Bal yidach mimenu nidach. Not one person will be left behind. The Almighty is going to bring all of our brothers and sisters back. And all we we have to do is put in the effort to dig a little bit, to care. When I spoke to Mrs. Bainish yesterday, and she said to me that when people ask her how old she is, she answers, I don't know about age, years. I judge my age by how many friends I have. Chaverim Kol Yisrael. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 90% of our brothers and sisters out there. They're our friends. Let's put in the hishtadlus. Every time you reach out, you're digging a little bit. You're moving the mountain into the sea. If we all here together take a little dig, reach out to one friend, to another friend, 1,000 people, and we get our friends to do that, we'll move the entire mountain into the sea, and we'll bring back all of Am Yisrael. So ladies and gentlemen, you'll go out, you'll take a book, and you'll give it to a friend. And maybe you'll find another book, and you'll give it to another friend. And you'll invite someone for Shabbos. And you'll send someone an email from h.com, or you'll give out the card. And together, Bezras Hashem, we'll all put in that hishtadlus. And Bezras Hashem, Kodesh Baruch Hu, will bring back all of Am Yisrael.